I suppose my biggest fear would be an unraveling of the great achievement of the Francis pontificate, which was to foreground and demonstrate and perform the mercy of God. The amazing truth of the gospel is God, so loving the world that he becomes man, that we can enter into a relationship with God, and that God is beyond us. God is always a surprise. That the church is not a sort of an institution there to hand down laws and rules and morals, but rather to walk with people in their suffering, to allow them to experience the mercy of God. It doesn't sound very dramatic, but it is actually a kind of a major reset. It's a recovery of the essential, what we call the essential proclamation. Francis had such a genius for doing that himself, and during the papal transition, after the particularly in the days leading up to the funeral, where you can imagine, because I had a relationship with him, so many people wanted to know what he was like and what impact he had had on me and on others. And actually I said, well, I think the impact he had on me was the impact that he had on others. In other words, whenever I was with him, he made me feel seen and recognized and understood. He had this capacity to awaken people's sense of their own dignity, which I think is what Jesus did. So the way he related to people is the way he wanted the church to relate to the world. I want to see, and I'm confident that under Leo we will see, that this will be embedded in the church, that this will take life. My fear, of course, is that that will be reversed, that there will be too many people who, perhaps frightened by things that are happening in the world, want to retreat into some kind of bunker and develop a purity cult, which is where the church goes wrong. So those would be my two hopes and my fears. But I'm pretty confident in Leo. He's the product. He's an American, of course, speaks with a Chicago accent, but he's the fruit of the Latin American church. He's a Peruvian pastor. And the Peruvians, of course, went mad when he was elected. And they said, this is, of course, the second Latin American pope, not the first American pope.